Okay, strategic analysis. Strategic analysis. Okay, guys, welcome. I welcome you all to our chapter number 2. What is the chapter number 2? Chapter number 2 is strategic analysis and external environment. What is a strategic analysis in external environment? So, we are going to see what is happening in the external environment. Okay, that's what we are going to see. First of all, let's understand what is strategic formulation. Right, we have already see how we will formulate a strategy, etc. See, now when formulating a strategy, okay, well, formulating a strategy will begins with what? Strategic formulation begins with strategic analysis. What is a strategic analysis? So what is its objective is to compile the information. Strategic formulation, if you want to form a strategy, okay, then it begins with strategic analysis. What is the objective of strategic analysis? Is to compile the information of internal and external environment. So what is happening in internal environment and what is happening in the external environment? So let's see an example. The example for this is McDonald's. See, McDonald's is often they will be very popular in the non-veg burgers, etc. But nowadays, because it sees that in the external environment, okay, the customers are they are changing for plant-based diet, and they are not preferring the non-veg. And apart from that, it also seeing that the Burger King has already launched plant-based burger. So now what they have done, now McDonald's introducing in UK, Germany, Sweden, in many countries, they have also launched plant-based burger. That is one example for your strategic analysis. So what is a strategic analysis? So strategic formulation begins with strategic analysis. This strategic analysis is having the objective of compiling the information about internal and external environment. Then that is what strategic analysis is about. Now, strategic formulation. This cannot be done by intuition, opinion, instinct. Okay, இது வந்து if someone says or someone இது வந்து என் மனசுல தோணுது, so I am doing அந்த மாதிரி கிடையாது. ஓகேவா? So it cannot be done by intuition, opinion, instinct, etc. What is the objective of the analysis? See here, internal and external. Internal analysis plus external analysis. What we do, the external analysis is called as an environmental scanning. So what is environmental scanning? Environmental scanning is the process of gathering, analyzing, interpreting the information about the external environment. It's a natural and continuous process. So what is happening around, whether the Burger King vandutangla, have they launched the plant-based diet, okay, plant-based burgers, etc., or whether the people are very conscious, whether the people are eating non-veg in the more population or vegetarian in the more population. So that one we have to analyze. That is called as an environmental scanning. Now it can be done in two ways. One, it is a formal approach. Another one is an informal approach. Formal approach means it is a systematic and structured approach. Okay, it is a systematic and structured approach, and it is essential for effectively managing the risk and uncertainty in the business environment. So it can be, so if you want to do the external environmental scanning, it can be of two ways. One, it can be a formal approach or informal approach. Informal approach will lead to missed opportunity and unforeseen risk. So there may be, if you are not following a structured way, then it may lead to missing on opportunities, or suddenly you may face any risk, etc. So you just go for a systematic structured approach, which is essential for effectively managing your risk and uncertainty in a dynamic business environment. Okay, so this is all about your strategic analysis ka introduction. Let's read once. I have skipped some intro part. You can read and see once. Okay, now the process of strategic formulation begins with strategic analysis. What is its objective? Is to compile the information about internal and external environment in order to assess the possibilities while formulating strategic objectives and contemplating the strategic activities. In this chapter, we are going to see external environment or covered with the perspective of strategic analysis. Okay. Now, what is strategic analysis? Okay. Strategic formulation is not a task which the manager can get done by the instincts, opinions, creative thinking, etc. So judgment about what strategy need to pursue flows directly. So what we have to pursue flows directly from the analysis of the external environment and its internal resources and capabilities, so that we have to have some judgments, okay, about what we have to do. So you do environmental scanning. What is environmental scanning? Is a natural and the continuous activity. Every business, some do it in a formal basis, some do it in an informal basis. Okay, it is just important to learn about the changes in tax regulations through televisions, etc. Using just informal techniques, on the other hand, exposes to missed opportunities and unanticipated hazards. Okay, so a systematic approach to the environment is essential for managing the risk and uncertainty. So the majority of the rapidly expanding organization use strategic planning, right? So throughout the various stages of operations, so this is a component of the business planning as a methodological approach. They use as the right resource investments and may assist in achieving its objective. This is what I have given there. Okay, it forces you to think, the managers to think, okay, to stay ahead of competition. What is the two thing? Industry and competitive condition. This is your external conditions, and your own capabilities, resources, internal strengths, weaks and market position. This is your internal conditions. Okay, internal analysis. You have to do these two analysis. Strategic decision making process is appraisal of internal and external environment. Okay, see this, whatever in the textbook I have pasted here. Okay, for next paragraph, an accurate diagnosis of the business environment is essential for setting long term objectives, establishing your strategy and crafting a winning strategy. So you have to diagnose such that you can be in a very long directions. Okay, if the McDonald's didn't think of the plant based bread or burger, okay, well, they could not survive in the competition, because the people are changing towards the plant based diet, okay, well, such that they have to think in the long term directives and establish the appropriate objective. And what is the winning strategy? You have to create the winning strategy such that the appraisal of environment is very important. Next up, without the clear insight or insightful understanding of the external internal factors, okay, you may be risk managers risking adopting a strategy. So if you do not understand the capabilities, then if you go for adopting a strategy which does not fit the organization, fails to build a competitive advantage, is unlikely to enhance the organizational performance. If you are not understanding the internal external environment, okay, so if you are going for a strategy, that strategy may lead to such a way that it does not suit your organization situations, okay, and it fails to build a competitive advantage. I'm not at all saying about the plant based changing for people, okay, the people are changing to plant based diet. I'm not aware of that. So straight away I'm launching more non-veg, okay, different pattern of non-veg. Whether may I survive, like if a Burger King is concentrating on all aspects, if the McDonald's is not concentrating on all aspects and you're concentrating only on the non-veg, if in futures after 15-20 years, okay, the everything turned to vegetarian diet, plant-based diet, okay, vegan diet, like that, if it happened, then McDonald's will not exist, okay, as happened to Nokia. You know, right? Nokia have not adopted to the changing strategy, so they have vanished totally. So that will be the case if the McDonald's didn't see what is happening outside, okay, well, right. So there are some limitations. What is the limitations of strategic analysis? So strategic analysis is saying two things, okay, lack of decision guidance. You are saying so many things, okay, now what to choose, now what can I do now? So that is the problem of strategic analysis. Time consuming in nature, direct attention from the divert the attention from other important activities. So if I want to analyze what is happening internal external environment, the business, I cannot run the business, okay, it is very time consuming in nature. I cannot concentrate on my own business, okay, that may be a problem. Okay, so two things. What is the limitations of strategic analysis? Lack of decision guidance, what to choose, which one to choose, and time, because of the attention will be diverted. Okay, Further, there are three issues you have to consider in the strategic analysis. What is it? Strategy is something which evolves over a period of time. Okay, it doesn't come directly. So it is such that the strategy comes over a period of time. And second one, you have to have some balance between the external and internal factors and risk. So we'll see in depth. Okay, well, I will just study from the book. These are the issues you have to consider for strategic analysis. What are the three issues? One is a time. Okay, time, that is strategy evolves over a period of time, and then there should be a balance of the time. Okay, well, time, you have to balance the time. If you didn't balance the time, it will lead to risk. So this is your clue technique. Okay, how to remember the issues. What is the issue? If you are preparing for your exam, you have to manage your time. You have to manage is nothing but you have to balance your time. If you didn't balance your time, then you are risking your attempt. Okay, fine, we'll just read in the book so that you will understand. We are doing strategic analysis. What are the issues we have to consider? I said three issues. One, you have to balance your time. That is your first of all, time when the strategy evolves over a period of time. Second one is the balance. If you have to balance your internal and your external factors, if you didn't do this, then you will face a risk. That is your third part. Okay, so these are the three issues of strategic analysis. First one will go into strategy evolves over a period of time. What does they say? Each strategic decision must balance between the different factors that impact and constrain the strategy. A key element of a strategic analysis is the probable outcome of everyday decisions. So what they are saying is, if I want to be a if I have to go in a long run, okay, now I will take some small decisions. நான் எடுக்கிற அந்த சின்ன decisions will lead me to go my organization in a long way. இப்போ என்ன சொல்றாங்க, இப்போ மெக்டொனால்ட்ஸ் தான் வந்து நம்ம இந்த இன்ட்ரடக்ஷன் ஃபுல்லாக மெக்டொனால்ட்ஸ் எக்ஸாம்பிளில் தான் போக போகிறோம். ஸோ இந்த மெக்டொனால்ட்ஸ் எக்ஸாம்பிள் நான் வந்து என்ன பண்ணுறேன் அப்படின்னா, சீக்கிரம் வீக்கெண்ட்ஸ்னால் வந்து முன்னாடி ஓப்பன் பண்ணுங்க, ஸோ தட் பீப்புள் நிறைய பேர் வருவாங்க. அண்ட் தென் வந்து ஸ்பைசியாக சாப்பிட்றாங்க இப்போ இருக்கிற பீப்புள்ஸ் எல்லாம். ஸோ அக்கார்டிங்லி ஐ வில் லான்ச் சம் ஸ்பைசி பர்கர்ஸ் எக்ஸெட்ரா. ஸோ திஸ் இஸ் மை ஸ்மால் டெசிஷன்ஸ் தட் ஐ டேக் எவ்ரி டே. ஓகேவா, சச் தட் it will help you to go in a long way. So a current strategy is a result of several choices taken over a period of time. Okay, you cannot take immediately a decision. So சின்ன decisions எல்லாம் கரெக்டாக எடுத்துகிட்டே வரணும். That will lead you in a good directions. Suddenly, if you want to go radically, ஓகேவா, because you are seeing some unforeseen problems, இல்லைனா வந்து திடீர்னு நம்ம வளரணும் அப்படின்னா நம்மளோட ஸ்ட்ராட்டஜி எப்படி இருக்கணும் அப்படின்னு கேட்டால், திடீர்னு இப்போ என்ன, when they try to speed up the organizational growth, they have to launch some application based like delivery apps, இல்லைனா வந்து கொஞ்சம் ஹையர் லெவலில் they have to think and go. And strategy is also not only these problems. ஓகேவா, சின்ன விஷயங்கள் பண்ணுறதா இருக்கட்டும், இல்லை சடனாக வந்து நம்ம ஸ்பீடப் பண்ணணும் ஆர்கனைசேஷனாக ரேடிக்கல் சேஞ்சஸ் கொண்டு வரதா இருக்கட்டும், அப்படி இல்லைன்னா தேர்ட், இது வந்து ஒரு ப்ராப்ளமாக எடுத்துக்கலாமா. இது வந்து ஒரு இஷ்யூ என்ன அப்படின்னா, strategy is influenced by the experience, okay, but it has to updated when the results become clear. See, last or 20 years people were eating non-veg, okay, they were very interested in non-veg. Okay, nowadays, these days, people are dying of heart attacks, etc. So the people are opting for zero sugar drinks, no plant based diets, etc. So still இப்பயுமே if you are going for your Coca-Cola, etc., அதெல்லாம் many people are avoiding Coca-Cola these days. Okay, they are not drinking. So and then they are not opting for the non-veg options. Okay, drastically it has been reduced. Okay, there are people eating, but nowadays it is changing, the trend is changing. So you have to see, you have to update your results accordingly. Okay, that is all your strategic issues. So you can remember 3 points. Small decisions you have to take every day. Okay, everyday decisions, that is the outcome. Okay, that will be protracted over a period of time. And what is the second one? If you want to speed up your organization growth, you have to take a radical changes. And third one is strategy is influenced by experience, such that you have to update your results. Okay, you have to update whenever the results become clear. Okay, you have to update whenever the results become clear. Now, what is the balance of the internal and external factors? there should be a balance between all your internal and external factors. Okay va, what is your opportunities, what is your influence, what is your constraints. Okay va, you must take this into considerations. So this will drive you to a big decisions in the outlets open பண்ணலாமா வேணாமா. What are the three things? Opportunities, influence, constraints. Okay va, IOC. First of all, influence என்ன அப்படின்னா பட்ஜெட். ஓகேவா, இப்போ இஃப் ஐ ஹேவ் ஒன்லி வந்து 1 crore அப்படின்னா 1 crore தான் இருக்குன்னா இதுக்கு என்னால் எவ்வளோ அவுட்லெட்ஸ் ஓப்பன் பண்ண முடியுமோ அவ்வளோதான் என்னால் ஓப்பன் பண்ண முடியும். அது மாதிரி எங்கே ஓப்பன் பண்ணுறது, எந்த மாதிரி ஓப்பன் பண்ணுறது, அதுக்கான ரெண்ட் எவ்வளோ. ஸோ ரெண்ட் இப்போ வந்து ரியல் எஸ்டேட்ஸ் எல்லாமே ரொம்ப காஸ்ட்லியாக இருக்குது, அதனால் என்னால் நிறைய பே பண்ண முடியல. சச் தட் இட் இஸ் அ கான்ஸ்ட்ரைண்ட் ஐ ஃபீல். அண்ட் வாட் இஸ் அன் ஆப்பர்ச்சுனிட்டி? ஓகே, ஆப்பர்ச்சுனிட்டி இஸ் தட் பெரிய பெரிய ஷாப் இல்லைனா கூட ஃபுட் டெலிவரி ஆப்ஷன்ஸ் இருக்குது அப்படிங்கறனால ஈஸியாக என்னோட ஃபுட்ஸ் வந்து பீப்புள் போய் சேரலாம். ஸோ தட் இஸ் மை ஆப்பர்ச்சுனிட்டி அவைலபிள். ஸோ யூ ஹாவ் டு கன்சிடர் தீஸ் திங்ஸ். ஓகேவா, அண்ட் while some of these aspects are under your control, see there are some constraints, there are some constraints which are under your control and which are not under your control. Strategic analysis. Strategic analysis, the principles of maintaining the balance is important. Okay, so what they were saying, already we have seen two things. Okay, well, you have to maintain the balance and you have to strategy involves over a period of time, right? So now the third one is the risk. What does risk says? You have to maintain the balance, but however maintaining this balance may be difficult because of the complexity of the environment. Okay, and intermingling variables of the variables in the environment. What it could be? It could be like booms, recessions, globalizations, technological advancements, etc. An important aspect of the strategic analysis is to identify the potential balance or risk and assess their consequences. So this is the important aspect. You have to identify, okay, the potential imbalances or whatever the risk is there, and you have to assess their consequences. இதை செஞ்சா என்ன நடக்கும் அப்படிங்கிற கான்சிக்வன்ஸ் என்னங்கிறத வந்து அனலைஸ் பண்ணணும் இப்படின்னு சொல்லியிருக்காங்க. ஓகேவா, யூ கேன் கோ த்ரூ திஸ். Okay, this is just a chart of whatever I said. Okay, இங்கே இருக்கும் mostly. Next வந்து என்ன அப்படின்னா, there are some points to cover. See here, external risk, external risk is on account of inconsistency between the strategy and the forces of an environment. Internal risk because of the forces that either within the organization or directly interacting with the organizations on a routine basis. So if it happens outside the organization, it is an external risk. If it is happening within an organization, it is called as an internal risk. Okay, so there are some examples given of internal analysis and external analysis. So here you can see an analysis helps to identify the opportunities, strength, weakness, okay, threats, etc. So in case of external analysis, customer analysis, if I go for customers, what is the segments, what motivations, unmet needs, okay, what is not it satisfied, like plant-based burgers எல்லாம் இல்ல, so how can I go for plant-based burgers, etc. Whether there is a competitor, okay, is there Burger King is coming or not. Okay, market analysis, is there really a market, the people will come and buy or not. What is the environmental analysis, whether I have to go for online delivery or I should technologically I should improve, or I should come for UK, Sweden. What is my coverage of an environmental analysis? Whatever I said, it will be covered if you link my examples here. Okay, you just read these charts. So in this strategic analysis, we are going to understand industries. Okay, also now industries differs. Industry will also differ in three main characters. This may be a separate question, who knows, we'll just understand this also. Okay, industries differs in three things. What is that? Economic characters and their competitive situations and the profit ப்ராஸ்பெக்ட்ஸ். லைக் என்ன சொல்கிறாங்க அப்படின்னா, நம்ம வந்து ஒரு கம்பெனியோட எக்கனாமிக் கேரக்டர், ஒரு இண்டஸ்ட்ரியோட எக்கனாமிக் கேரக்டரிஸ்டிக்ஸ் பேஸ் பண்ணியோ, இல்லை அதோட காம்படிஷன் சுச்சுவேஷன் பேஸ் பண்ணியோ, இல்லை ப்ராஃபிட் பேஸ் பண்ணி ஒரு இண்டஸ்ட்ரி நல்லா பெர்ஃபார்ம் பண்ணலாம், இல்லை இன்னொரு இண்டஸ்ட்ரி பெர்ஃபார்ம் பண்ணாமல் போகலாம். ஸோ வி ஹாவ் டு அண்டர்ஸ்டாண்ட் தட் ஆல்சோ. ஸோ அக்கார்டிங்லி வி கேன் மேக் பிளானிங். ஸ்ட்ராட்டஜிக் அனாலிசிஸ் பண்ணும்போது யூ ஆல்சோ ப்ளீஸ் அண்டர்ஸ்டாண்ட் அபவுட் யுவர் இண்டஸ்ட்ரி, பிகாஸ் அண்டர்ஸ்டாண்டிங் இண்டஸ்ட்ரி இஸ் ஆல்சோ கீ. Now, the first point is the economic characteristics. Economic characteristics of the industries will vary because of something I will read, okay va? Overall size and market growth, okay va? எவ்வளோ பெரிய எவ்வளோ growth rate இருக்கு, நம்ம எப்படி வளர்றோம், என்ன மாதிரி டெக்னாலஜிஸ் நம்ம இன்ஃப்ளூயன்ஸ் பண்ணது, and then what is the geographic boundaries, நம்ம எந்த ஏரியாஸ்லாம் நம்ம கவர் பண்ணலாம், which extent, okay? So for example, McDonald's is in UK, Sweden, India, Germany, okay, in many places மெக்டொனால்ட்ஸ் இருக்கு. ஸோ தட் மெக்டொனால்ட்ஸுங்கிறது மட்டும் இல்லாமல் இட் இஸ் அ ஃபுட் இண்டஸ்ட்ரி. ஓகே, ஸோ ஃபுட் இண்டஸ்ட்ரி எவ்ரிவேர் ஃபுட் இஸ் இம்பார்ட்டன்ட். ஸோ அக்கார்டிங்லி ஐ கேன் பிளான். ஓகே, அண்ட் தென் த நம்பர் அண்ட் த சைஸ் ஆஃப் த பையர்ஸ் அண்ட் செல்லர்ஸ், எங்கே வந்து அதிகமான பீப்புள் இருக்காங்க, எது வாங்குவாங்க. ஓகேவா, இஃப் ஐ கோ அண்ட் மேக் திஸ் ஆலு டிக்கி, ஓகே, ஆலு டிக்கி வச்சு நான் வந்து ஒரு பன் மாதிரி பண்ணி கொடுக்குறேன் அப்படின்னா, வெதர் இட் வில் பி அப்ரிஷியேட்டட் இன் அப்ராட் ஆர் இந்தியா, இட் வில் பி அப்ரிஷியேட்டட் இன் இந்தியா. த சேம் இண்டஸ்ட்ரி பட் த ஜியோகிராஃபிக்கல் லொக்கேஷன், ஓகேவா, ஃபுட் இண்டஸ்ட்ரி தான். அதே ஃபுட் இண்டஸ்ட்ரி எங்கே வந்து அதிகமான பீப்புள், ஸோ இதே ஆலு டிக்கியை நான் சவுத் இந்தியாவில் விற்றா எனக்கு நிறைய பீப்புள் பையர்ஸ் அண்ட் செல்லர்ஸ் இருப்பாங்களா, இல்லைனா வந்து வேறு கண்ட்ரீஸில் விற்றா எனக்கு அதிகமான பையர்ஸ் அண்ட் செல்லர்ஸ் கிடைப்பாங்களா. ஓகேவா, இது எல்லாத்தையுமே நம்ம யோசிப்போம். அண்ட் தென் வந்து வெதர் இட் இஸ் ஹைலி டிஃப்ரென்ஷியேட்டட். வாட் இஸ் டிஃப்ரென்ஷியேட்டட் இஸ் தட் வெதர் த பீப்புள் கேன் பே ப்ரீமியம் அமௌண்ட் அண்ட் பை, லைக் it is a unique irika like apple etc, right? So these are the things you will consider in the economic character, economic character. Okay, that is the first one. And then some sentences are given. Competitive forces can be moderate in one industries and fierce in another industries. So in other industry, the challenge is for the companies to work cooperatively with the supplier, customers. See, in one industry, there will be a competition, more competition. In another industry, if you see, you have to work with the supplier, customers. Say, for example, pharmaceutical. In pharmaceutical, even if there is competition, you have to be very careful with your customers. Okay, well, you have to be very sensitive about them. Okay, so these are the industries. So industries is the pharmaceutical, like hospital industries. Okay, health industries, health sectors. Okay, okay, next this one I think you can read. Now see, variation in the competitive intensity, how it is look like. Moderate competition, fierce competition. Say for example, you have only few players, high entry barriers such that you cannot come easily, and then there is a stable demand, always the demand is being there. Like commercial aircraft manufacturing, you will keep on manufacturing the aircraft. Here it is a moderate competition. But where there is a fierce competition, as I said, fast food, retail clothing, there are fierce competition, many players. So the variation, this industry, due to the industry, everything will change. So in this industry, in aircraft industry, the competition is very less. Okay, but in case of food, fast food, you should plan accordingly, right? Different base of competition. So what can be the different base of competition? So first is the price. Okay va, so வந்து அந்த இண்டஸ்ட்ரியில price எப்படி இருக்கு, இங்கே வந்து price எப்படி இருக்கு அப்படிங்கிறது இருக்கலாம். Quality and reliability. When I talk about quality and reliability, the monitors, industrial equipment, that should be more quality, right? So see, different bases of competition. So in which base it can be competition இருக்கலாம் அப்படின்னா, இந்த smartphone, consumers electronics, இதெல்லாம் வந்து because of the product features competition can be there. Okay, and then online retail, fast food, speed and convenience. As a, see, if Zomato is giving you the food immediately, or online delivery platform, it is giving you the immediate service, or McDonald's, it is giving you all the convenience, it is coming to your home. Okay, and then all the varieties you can make and eat. So if lot of convenience is provided, then that is your edge to buy the McDonald's burger rather than going for Burger King. Many people prefer Domino's over Pizza Hut because of the bread. That bread variety will be very good in Domino's, as I heard. Okay, next, brand reputation. Soft drinks, Coca-Cola, they will go for more for Coca-Cola because of the brand reputation. So these are some examples given, right? Last one is the implication for profit prospects. What is this profit prospects? See, I said about three things. Okay, first one வந்து என்ன பார்த்தோம், economic characteristics. Second one வந்து என்ன அப்படின்னா because of competition. This third one வந்து it's because of profit prospects. Okay, what is this profit prospects? Unattractive industries. So even if it is an unattractive industry, in this industry the profits will be very less. Okay, because there is intense competition, low barriers to entry, okay, wow, and commodity products, okay, commodity products. Here what they are saying, you can compress your profit margin. And attractive industry, there are more attractive industries. In those industries, profit will be very good, like pharmaceutical industries, luxury goods. Here it will be very good, okay, profits, such that it will attract the industry. You have to see in three ways, what are the economic characteristics. On the basis of economic characteristics, you can study your industry. On the basis of competition, on the basis of profit prospects, you just